Once again, we're gonna have to back out of the toy section of the basement to review today's item, which is the 1987 G.I. Joe Defiant. And they're snake eyes for scale. The set came with two figures, hardtop and payload. I don't have either, unfortunately, but here are pictures of their file cards if you want to read them. The Defiant was the second largest play set we got in the Joe's line, and probably the second largest play set ever after the USS Flag. The Defiant did cost more though, because you're getting 3 vehicles / play sets in one. There are so many little parts, guns, little tabs that get brittle over the years and break off. So I am missing a bunch of little things here and there. But the fact is the Defiant is so big and detailed and intricate that none of that matters when you display it. Missing a window. This panel is very discolored compared to that one. I have a bunch of parts that I can't put on it because the tabs are busted, but I don't care about any of that. No matter what condition the Defiant is in, it's a showstopper. It's a centerpiece of any collection. So the gantry / launch pad has a ton of detail. Elevators on either side here. The launch pad has a separate panel that opens up as a blast shield. Underneath the launch pad, you have sort of hidden rooms with tons of detail and panels that come off. These rear gunner stations do slide out, and my crank is broken, which is why you saw me sort of manually lift the launch pad. The whole thing is held up by 16 wheels that don't really do the trick. They bow and bend because they're just not designed to handle the weight of this thing. Coming around front here, there's another gunner station, but unfortunately one of the tabs here is broken off. Coming around on this side, this panel opens up. In there you have a seat and a periscope that turns with this top scanner / gun. Front panel opens too, revealing 2 seats. And talk about designing something. There is almost no symmetry anywhere on this thing. That's how much attention to detail they gave. And I do know there's even some Easter eggs kind of sculpted into the plastic in places. For example, I know there's actually a rat that they put in somewhere. If anybody knows where, please leave it in the comments. And we're back to finish looking at the Defiant here. So now we're going to focus on the shuttle itself and the booster / space station. And we'll use Outback for scale this time, aka my Chuck Norris figure when I was a kid. First we'll unclip the shuttle. Put that off to the side. The cockpit does have one big canopy opening here, revealing 1, 2, 3, 4 seats inside. Along either side of the booster we have additional little panels that can be removed. Towards the back on either side there are panels that flip around and reveal rocket, missile, laser things. A lot of really nice detail with the engines on the back. And to turn it into its space station mode, you pull up on this, very squeaky, and this just drops down and sits like that. Tons of detail inside, some little computer stations tucked away in there, foot pegs everywhere. Hey Chuck. Airlock door that spins up here, and a hatch that opens up there. Let people out into space. Crazy little details like this panel. It swings up. Why? I don't know. And when it is all closed up, there's also this hatchway that I forgot to point out, leading in and out. Now we'll take a look at the shuttle itself. It does have landing gears. The front one is just manual, pulling it in and out. And the ones on the back are controlled by levers in between the engines here. These bay doors always feel like they're gonna snap, so you're gonna be very delicate with them. Ugh. Inside you can see the engines. You have this crane winch kind of thing, and a hatch down here leading outside. Canopy for the cockpit is on these very, very close together dual hinges. Inside we have more insane amounts of detail, 3 seats, and this dual seatbelt / control panel thing. And underneath, near the nose of the shuttle, you've got these 2 panels that flip down for firepower. So that is the G.I. Joe Defiant. The flag will always be closer to my heart because I had one as a kid, but the Defiant is probably the most impressive vintage toy I've ever had. Very worthy of holy grail status for toy collectors. So I had asked for help and Dan here obliged. So I took the canopy off of the shuttle and was searching the corners of the interior. And my eyesight does suck pretty badly, but with the zoom on our phones, I was able to finally find our little rat friend. I love Easter eggs in movies and comics and now in toys. So I was hell-bent on finding that rat. So thank you so much for your help, Dan. Now I just got to get to work finding that snake.